Star Walker Studios presents Game Master's Journey, your multi-dimensional RPG podcast. Welcome to Game Master's Journey, the Primordia campaign. These episodes are recordings of actual play of my D&D campaign in my homebrew world of Primordia. You can not only enjoy the first adventures in my new world, but you can also witness the contributions the players make to Primordia. So join me on the journey. Together, we can become game masters truly worthy of the title. Hello, listener. Greetings, fellow GM and or player. Welcome to Game Master's Journey, your multi-dimensional RPG podcast. I'm your host, Lex Starwalker, and I'm transmitting today from the Obsidian Monolith somewhere outside time and space. So I am continuing with the actual play episodes of my Primordia D&D campaign. This is my first campaign in my new homebrew world that I've been working on. This is part 4 of our first session, which again, the first session was originally meant to just be session 0, but we ended up starting the adventure towards the end of the session. So this is the part where the actual adventure begins. In part 3, we had a brief scene at the fucking pint. But this is when we really get things started, and the PCs leave the city of Elandria to investigate a forgotten tomb and rumors of monsters in the forest near this old tomb and graveyard. Now, we had taken a bit of a break from D&D, so this was our first time back playing D&D on Roll20. So we're a little rusty, definitely need to get back in the swing of things. Also, none of the players have macros made yet for this campaign. Unfortunately, in Roll20, you have to make macros separately for every campaign you're in, which is really stupid. But what are you going to do? It's free, right? You get what you pay for, I guess. So I think I did a pretty good job of editing out all our stumbling around with the mechanics and just the joys of trying to play on Roll20. So hopefully it won't be too bad to listen to. I think I cut a lot of, if not all of that stuff out. This part, we also have our first combat of the session. So if you've listened to my episode where I talked about designing D&D encounters, this is that encounter that I talked about in that episode. So as you know from that, I was very worried about this encounter, whether the PCs would be able to handle it. And well, you'll get to see how they did. I want to just take a moment to send out a shout out and a huge thank you to my tier 5 patron, Mr. Steve Strickland. Let's hear it for Steve, everyone. Yeah. Woo. Yeah, Steve. You're the man. All right. Let me real quickly also introduce the players and their characters to you. We have Dwayne playing Yorick, the tiefling wild magic sorcerer urchin boy. Nathan playing Samson, a human Order of the Immortal scion with the banneret background, kind of a modified version of that for Primordia. Steve playing Wraith, an Eladrin Bladesinger fighter wizard with the Outlander background. Kyle playing Sprout, a Goliath nature cleric of Primordia with the Acolyte background. And Chrissy playing Azrael, the Aasimar Great Old One warlock with the Outlander bounty hunter background. So those are the players and their characters. And let the adventure begin. All right.
We're about to go hunt a bounty.
Yeah. So you guys have gotten a tip about this ancient tomb outside the city, and people have heard and seen strange things around it. And so you guys are going to check it out. So it takes you most of the day to get there. You leave the city, and surrounding the city is just farmland everywhere, and you're kind of walking along this. At this point, the road's fairly well maintained because the farmers use it to bring things into the city. But towards the probably late afternoon, early evening, you finally get to the final wall that's kind of beyond here is no man's land kind of thing. And there's a gate with guards, but they don't really pay you much mind. They're not really concerned about people leaving so much as things trying to come in. And you guys know, like, once the sun, or the suns, I should say, set, that they will close the gate. So you're on your own at that point. And you guys go through the gate, and you're in kind of it's like grassy here, but not too far away is the tree line and just this massive forest. And the road continues on, but literally, like, as soon as you go through that last gate, the road just goes to shit. And there's like weeds growing in it, and there's huge holes, and a lot of places there aren't even like paving stones or anything anymore. And you guys have directions that, you go about a mile or so into the forest, and then you should hit a stream, and then you follow that, and it's supposed to take you to where this tomb is.
Cool. Do we know, like, that we're on the right track and everything?
Yeah.
You feel pretty comfortable about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys carry on. Do you want to put your dudes in like an order of some kind? We'll say that you're moving towards the top of the screen. Or actually, strike that. Let's say you're moving towards the bottom of the screen. So the Goliath's in the front.
I think that works.
Yeah.
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 We got a shit brick house to pave the road ahead of us with his giant feet.
All right. Oh yeah, I couldn't remember what was first.
These two guys, so they can do that thing where, like, each one of them grabs one of my arms and, like, swings me back and forth off the ground. Whee!
Ray and Samson are two happy parents.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to try to do better with descriptions in this. So to kind of give you the lay of the land. The city's behind you. Off to your left is the coast. At this point, the road has been going kind of angling inland. So at this point, you can't see the coast. And you enter this forest, and the trees here are humongous. Like this world gets a lot of sunlight, and trees like our redwood trees, like trees of that size, are very common here, and there are trees even bigger than that, like just ridiculously huge trees, to the point that the canopy is so thick that there's not a lot of underbrush, which, if or when you leave the road, it'll make the going easier, and you can actually see a decent distance into the trees. And you guys are traveling along this road that was originally like looks like granite paving stones, but a lot of the paving stones are missing now. Probably, well, at this point, most of them are missing. But you can kind of see where the road was, at least. And eventually you come to this stream, and you were told to, when you get to the stream, to turn right and follow that, and it's supposed to take you to this tomb. And the tomb, there's like a graveyard, and then there's a tomb in the middle of the graveyard, like a what do you call it? Like those mausoleum, yeah. And then below that is the tomb. So, and this is the area that people have seen and heard strange things, usually after dark, but not always.
How old is this area? Like, do we know about it? Like, have we learned anything about what this like, do people still get buried here, or is this more so of an ancient? Yeah,
this
place?
Is an ancient thing, to the point that no one's even really sure like whose tomb it is, or even
does it show the what Wraith would know to be the classic signs of elven architecture?
No. When you guys get like towards the graveyard and you can kind of see the mausoleum in the distance, it does not look elven. It looks like it maybe human architecture.
What if I rolled a history check
Sure.
to have that? I gotta get these good rolls in now.
Double one. Nice.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, man. You just gotta come out the gate firing.
Yeah, you have no clue, but I will tell you it's not Elven because Elven architecture is pretty distinctive because they tend to actually grow their buildings magically, and they don't have like blocks and mortar and stuff.
Clearly not Elven. I'm gonna try out a few accents tonight, so bear with me.
Awesome. How about everybody give me a, what is it? Perception.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh.
Hey.
My eyes are better than
Keep it rolling, damn.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Critical combo breaker.
All right. Well, we've got a couple really good perception rolls. So Wraith and Sprout, and actually York too. That's good enough to see it. You all see motion like amidst all these tombstones in this cemetery that you're approaching, and you see this shape coming towards you. The let's see, this, we'll say that at this point the suns are starting to set. So the blue sun has set below the horizon, and the red one is kind of like half above the horizon. So there, it's that kind of weird kind of twilight where all the lights kind of going sideways and it makes really long shadows and stuff. And so you can't get a good look at what this thing is, but whatever it is, it's coming towards you.
How does it move? Because we were described sort of shambly type things before, right?
It moves very strangely. It definitely doesn't look humanoid. It looks like it might be maybe some kind of quadruped kind of shaped creature, but it doesn't move like something walking. It seems to almost just kind of flow towards you.
Yeah. Wraith takes out his bow for sure, and he's like, better safe than sorry in the wild.
I love this guy.
Yes.
He's the best.
Yeah? Okay, good. I'm glad. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna
Sprout takes out his shield, which is pretty much just a giant turtle shell, and he says, "Stay behind me." And low, grumpy voice.
York is going to try to hide, so he's going to try a stealth check, and he'll be using Tides of Chaos, so he'll have advantage on that.
Okay. Nice.
And you know what? So is just because why not? I'm gonna try to stealth too, and I get a 12.
Okay.
So now I have used Tides of Chaos, Lex. So at any point, you want to give me that advantage back and make a wild magic roll?
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, we'll do the thing. I will make you roll every time you use a spell. So level 1 or higher spell. So hopefully you'll get it back.
Cool.
Or is that I just make a wild magic happen and you don't roll?
That's the Tides of Chaos thing. I used advantage there on my stealth roll.
Okay.
Now, if you just cause me to roll on the wild magic table, just straight up, and I get the advantage back. So that's the other way. Otherwise, we can do it where every time I cast a spell, I roll, and on a 1, we get wild magic.
But you're saying when you use Tides of Chaos, then
that's an additional way to do it.
Right, and it goes straight to the table. It's not like you roll and see if you rolled a 1, right?
Well, let me just check. Anytime before you regain the use, the DM can have you roll on the Wild Magic Surge table immediately after you cast. Okay, immediately after you cast a sorcerer spell of first level or higher. Cool. So that's also tied to casting spells.
Yeah, but it's an automatic Wild Surge instead of rolling for it.
Yep.
Sweet. Exactly. I'll definitely do that. We'll probably just do that with the first spell you cast, just for fun.
Right.
Everyone clear?
Yep.
All right. So we'll say at this point you're close enough that you can see this thing.
Brace for flops.
I need to get on the other layer here.
We might also get a Modron. You never know.
Brace for the big lizard thing that's like the hardest thing to kill. What is it?
Tarrasque.
Yep, that's it. Brace to get Tarrasquified.
The monster that's more of a challenge than a real monster.
Yeah.
No, we're just kidding, Lex.
Well, I'm curious about that. Like, isn't it like CR 30?
Yeah, it is.
And it only goes to level 20, so how could you ever fight one?
That's what I say. It's more like just in there for people to go, you know what the highest level one is? That's all.
It's the kind of thing that you have to use Wish to fight, which, by the way, I think Wish doesn't work on Tarrasques.
Either that or it's it's the end of spring semester and I'll see you next year. Let's just do the Tarrasque. All right.
All right. Actually, I'm going to describe this thing before I reveal it, so you can wonder what it is for a minute. Although some of you will probably know right away. So let's see how to describe this thing, because you finally get a good look at it. It is this amorphous, fleshy mass, and it just looks like if you imagine like what someone's like muscles would look like if you peeled all the skin off.
You're going to say what someone's mother looks like.
If you imagine what that would look like, and just this mass kind of oozing across the landscape, but it's got these big tooth mouths all over it, and it's got eyes all over it. And the way it's moving is it'll like reach out like part of itself with a mouth, and the mouth like bites down on the ground and then like pulls itself forward. And all of the mouths are making sounds.
Oh, good.
Some of them are speaking in languages you don't understand. Some of them are moaning. Some of them are screaming. But it's just this cacophony of sound. Does anybody know what this is?
No,
out of character? Oh,
I
cool.
do.
Nope, not at all.
Dwayne does? Okay. So we can roll initiative.
Nice roll, Lex.
Wow, man.
I'm awesome.
You ended on a 0. Wild magic search.
All right. So Samson.
Well, I am trying to move along in the shadows, but at the same time, fuck the shadows. So I'm going to move a certain distance. 35 feet is my speed when I'm Celeritas. So, what's up, motherfucker?
Okay.
Welcome to that. Oh god, it does something.
Yeah, hang on just one second. Let me look here.
Big smile on Lex's face. That's always good.
It's like
That's
great.
always a good sign.
I love
Okay.
that you charge this thing.
Yeah, man.
Oh, okay. So never mind.
Oh,
Carry on.
Okay. Then boop 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 boop. As a bonus action, I'll switch my focus to Iron Durability, net myself another AC,
Okay.
which is nice. So I now have 20 AC. Quite the points. And then I'm going to attack the thing as my regular action. It feels weird playing D&D.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Where's my button? There's a button in here. Here it is. Button. 16 for 6.
That will hit. And okay. 16 for 6.
Yep. And I am done.
All right. Do you want to describe your attack?
So, because he's in his like celerity mode when he runs up, Samson moves very freely while he's moving forward, kind of in a very wide stance. But right as he meets the thing, he like puts up his shield, which, by the way, is shaped like a butterfly, like an outstretched butterfly's wings.
Yeah.
And then he like holds his like rapier over at it, and then when he goes into cocoon, and stab, and just straight up, just like between like the wings of the butterfly, just stabs right through at it.
Cool.
Pokes it in one of its holes.
I just
I
made
feel
it
like
bigger
we'll be
so you
doing-
guys could see the picture.
We'll be doing somebody a favor if we get rid of this thing for sure.
Yeah.
We'll be doing that thing a favor. Maybe it's
Well-
we'll to go through life looking like that.
Yeah, shit, man.
So when you stab it, quite a few of its mouths scream in unison.
Oh god.
It's creepy as fuck. All right,
All
Rafe
right.
is going to he's going to like move in a very kind of like stately way, but like holding himself upright and shoot his arrow.
He's pompous. The
Yeah, he's-
pompous ass.
I'm gonna roll with him as a pompous dickhead for sure.
That's awesome.
Sorry, guys.
So totally different than Oathgrim. Like,
It's a
Warning.
You
arrow
got in my way, Samson.
I'm not even near you.
A 9 hits, actually.
Oh shit! 9 piercing damage then.
All right.
Damn.
This won't be as tough as I thought it was going to be.
9 AC, like what?
Are you done, Steve?
I am. Yeah, I don't know if there's a thing to click. No, okay, I'm done.
Azrael.
Eldritch Blast.
get ready for lots of that coming down the pipe. That Eldritch Blast.
That's a hit. Holy cow.
Oh, and you got your invocation is the pushy one.
I have 2 indications, so one of them should add my charisma modifier.
Does he make a save for that, or does it just happen automatically?
I think it just happens.
Automatic.
Okay.
Well, now you've broke its zone of control against me, so now it can move around. Thanks.
I'll just move him back this way. 10 feet. Okay. Sweet. And are you done, Chrissy?
Yep.
Cool. Yorick.
Okay, I'm going to cast Mage Armor.
Okay.
Pew.
So, Wild Magic then? Is that what you said?
Sure.
The next spell I cast?
Yeah.
It's up to you.
Yeah, do it. Let's see
Okay,
what
I
happens.
washed my hands of the event. Lex said he was on it to happen.
Uh-oh.
It's the higher one.
That's either really good or really bad.
I am surrounded by faint ethereal music for the next minute.
Oh.
Apparently that is my Mage Armor.
Yeah.
That goes great with the gibbering.
Yeah, getting all spooky up in his.
All right.
My speed is 30. Can I get up to him or something? Probably not.
I was 35 away, so
Sprout.
I move forward. That's all I do.
Okay.
Keep my shield up.
All right. Gibbering Mouther. Okay.
I think you guys are holding the line there.
thanks. Stay behind me, Sprout.
All right. Got 2 targets here.
One's 8 feet and an inch tall. Really counts there.
Yeah.
Hey, inches matter.
This thing has a just incomprehensible mind, so I think I'm just going to determine randomly who it attacks. So odd is Samson, even is Sprout. Samson.
Sammy.
All right. So first, it is going to try to bite you with one of its many mouths. And a 6.
Misses. I literally could be naked and all fours in the position, and he would have not hit me.
Okay. And he is now going to spit at you.
Rude.
He spits a chemical glob at you. Oh, okay. So he actually doesn't have to hit you. It's an AoE kind of thing. So everyone within 15 feet of Sprout has to make a dexterity save, DC 13.
Does that include me? I don't think
Nope.
so.
No.
Yay.
I'm good at dex saves.
Well, or not Sprout. I'm sorry, Samson. I said the wrong name. Are you within 15 feet of Samson?
No.
Nope.
No.
Thankfully,
Okay.
to the non-diagonal rule, he's not.
Samson makes it.
Yep.
And Sprout does not. And is that everybody? So,
Yep.
Sprout, you are blinded until the end of the creature's next turn.
Ooh, that's bad.
You didn't want to see this thing anyways.
Bravo.
Oh, I love it. And now, since it's about to be your guys' turn, boom, I do that.
Cool.
And now it's Samson's turn.
Yep.
And Samson, first you must make a wisdom save, DC 10, versus the gibbering sound it makes, which it's really starting to get to you. But
Not too much.
doesn't bother you that much. Yeah. And now you need to make a DC 10 strength save as you realize that the stone beneath your feet that this thing is on has been liquefied.
Gross. I fail.
Okay. So what happens?
I auto-filled that type of stuff, don't I?
Okay. So your speed is reduced to 0 until the start of your next turn.
Okay.
And also can you guys see the 2 circles around it?
Yeah.
Yep.
The inner circle is considered difficult terrain. And so it's Samson's go.
I stab it.
Stabby stabby.
I hit it for 6.
Okay.
I'm done. I
All
don't
right.
really do much.
Wraith.
Wraith will keep kind of like circle. He's not going to get any closer because that seems just crazy. 10 for 4 damage,
Okay.
and that is his turn.
Azrael.
Eldritch.
Okay.
Hey. It's the name of the game.
That will miss.
It would be nice if someone else would help.
I've hit it every time.
Yorick.
Yeah, he doesn't discriminate based upon actual performance.
Okay, that's Firebolt. So
Okay.
14 plus 5, so I rolled a 19. And Firebolt is D10, right?
Yeah.
I don't add anything to that. I do not.
No.
So I do 6 fire damage, and then here is my wild magic roll of 10.
Okay. And you're still surrounded by beautiful music.
Yes. Lovely music.
Sprout. Okay, Sprout, you need to make a DC 10 wisdom save, first of all, against the gibbering. You make it. And a DC 10 strength save against the liquefied ground. Wow. And you're still blind.
Sprout is a thinker. He's worried too much about hitting Samson to actually attempt a blind thrust. So he's just going to keep his shield up, and plant his foot as forward as possible.
All right.
The defend action?
Yeah.
Dodge action, whatever.
Let me see what blinded actually. I think it just gives you disadvantage on attacks or something.
Advantage against you, disadvantage from you, and you fail any ability checks, saving throws related to sight.
Oh, so it does give advantage to people attacking you?
Yeah, because you can't see to dodge them.
So since you're doing the dodge action, that gives you advantage, so they basically cancel out. So it's just a straight roll. But it is going to attack you, Sprout, because it knows that it blinded you. So it's going to try to bite you.
Hey, baby.
Oh, that's a miss.
Random baby.
And let's see if it can spit again. It cannot. All right. At this point, just to make things interesting, let's have some friends show up, as they do. Some of your favorites. You love these guys.
You don't even need allies. Oh, God.
No.
Sturgis.
Sturgis. God, man.
Yeah, I was like, what would make this encounter worse? I was like, Sturgis.
This is pretty obvious.
But there's only 2 of them. There's not like 12 like last time.
Right.
Where's Nivara?
Or Shatter when you need it.
Yeah.
Sturges.
Where these things even come from?
They were in the trees.
Fuck these
somewhere
guys.
Somewhere in the shadows.
Little Sturge hives.
All right, so this guy's gonna fly over.
It's an accurate noise, I think.
And it's gonna attack Sprout.
Sorry about
Oh wait,
that.
hang on. I need to roll initiative for them. What am I doing? I don't know.
You're rusty.
I am. I'm so rusty.
What? No, he's
Seriously.
Lex. What are you talking about, Rusty?
Oh, so Samson gets to go before the Sturges do.
Okay, so he's going. Do I need to make any of these saves again, or
Yeah. You have to save every turn.
wisdom? I save,
Okay.
and also strength.
Yeah.
I save.
Cool.
So he is going to dance around to the rear of the thing. It probably doesn't
Okay.
even have a rear.
No, not really.
And then he
Does he do like the Lindy?
Yes. He Dougies all the way over there, and pokes it really hard in the buttocks. What's that? 24, 20.
It's mouth buttock.
Yeah, it's mouth butt.
Yeah. It kind of looks
Shit
the same
mouth.
from all angles.
I poke it, and I'm done.
It's a horrific thing. All right, now the Sturges get to go. So I'm going to say one's actually going to buzz over here to Samson.
Attracted to the dancing.
Yeah.
Dancing attracts insects.
It's true.
An 8 is not going to do it.
Nada. You have to roll a 15 to hit me with that kind of thing.
And the other one's going to go after Sprout. Good news, Sprout, is you can now see.
Okay.
So you see the Sturge coming at you.
Ah! What the hell is that?
Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
And
The
it
good news
misses.
is you can see.
I
the bad news
continue
is
to roll terrible.
you can see a Sturge.
Great.
Yeah, he's going to keep shooting arrows. That seems like a
Sure.
safe and effective thing to do. Semi-effective. He'll shoot at one of these Sturges, though.
Okay.
Just because.
14. That will
8
hit.
damage. This is the closest one, let's say. This one here.
For 8, you kill it.
Wow. Yeah, the
Wow.
only good thing about Sturges is they've got not much health.
Yeah, we've got like 2
That's
points.
his turn.
Okay.
He looks snoodily down upon it.
He looks noodly.
Snoot.
Oh,
Snootily.
snoodly. I was like, he looks noodly about him. Praise be upon his Robin.
All right, Azrael.
I hate bugs. Eldritch Blast the.
Oh, man. Well, let me tell you about a bug. Goliath.
Oh, she vaporizes it. You just see like a puff of feathers and it's gone.
Body's nowhere to be found. I hate bugs.
Firebolt.
Boom!
This +5.
Oh.
Yeah, there we go. And that was, I'm sorry, I forgot already, D10.
D10.
Yeah. Firebolt. And while he does this, by the way, it's always coming out of his left arm. And it starts up near his torso.
Cool.
For 9 damage. And here is the wild magic 8.
It is starting to look pretty burnt and beat up. Sprout, you can see this horror in front of you.
All right.
You must save
That's
versus Gipper.
saves.
Yes.
Smells wonderful.
You fail.
Oh
Barbecue.
no, you failed against the gibbering.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
It was only a matter of time. Holy shit, this thing's crazy.
All right, you cannot take reactions until the start of your next turn.
No
And you
reaction.
need to roll a d8 to see what else happens to you.
Uh-oh.
I love it.
Get in there, York.
2. You do nothing. So basically this sound like worms into your mind, the sound of all its voices and the screaming, and it just really disturbs you and you're just kind of frozen. I'm not going to say you're scared. That's up to you, but it results in you not being able to move.
Your pure
Okay.
reptilian Goliath brain.
Yeah. You're like deer in headlights. You're like,
Okay. So I'm not able to take an attack on this one?
no. Poor Kyle.
Okay.
You've been gibbered.
Okay. I can get bird.
I suppose the toad never told him about creatures like this.
All right. All right, I'm just going to roll again. I don't think there's a clear person it would go for. So Odd is the Goliath. Oh, he's going for the sprout or the rooted sprout. See what I did there? Yeah, that was terrible.
I did.
Don't laugh at that. That was
It's a pity
terrible.
laugh. It's a pity
Yeah.
laugh.
Don't give me your pity laughs. All right, whopping +2 to hit. A 4. Not going to do it. Let's see if you can lob some spit.
Nah, man.
Nope.
Nope, nothing there.
Dwayne, please, never again.
Samson.
I will send you money to never do that again. Samson pokes it.
Solid radio there.
Flap.
That's a
For 7.
contract right there.
Scoop.
All right, man. This is just. I mean, the gibbering and the melted ground has done more against you than actually attacking you.
So we're just warming up.
Yeah. Oh, Samson, you need to make your saves again.
Oh, yeah. So ignore that.
Well, we'll only ignore it if it becomes.
Yeah. I say versus wisdom. I say versus strength.
Nice. All right, Wraith.
Yeah, let's shoot
Kill it.
another arrow at this thing. Why not?
Plink, plink. That's a hit.
Right. Alpha
Wow,
mouth.
this thing is not nearly as scary as I thought it was going to be. I feel like I'm missing something like major that it does. Immune to all weapons. Oh, no.
The action economy is what's working against it. It's 1 against 5, you know? Like,
Yeah.
It needs reactions.
Yeah. And the saves
if you-
are really easy. DC 10. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Azrael. It's barely hanging on.
Lavender bolts of force. Class.
Oh, they're lavender? I like that. Stylish killing. 9 is a hit. 4 damage. You destroy it. Would you like to describe its demise?
Lavender bolts of force shoot forth from Azrael's hand, pushing the creature's now dead body. Like,
Nice. I love it. Yeah, she like shoves it back here. It's awesome. You have vanquished the Mouther.
Yay. Yorick goes up and starts kind of playing with the goop. Throw some at Samson. You got slimed.
Wow.
fucking weirdo.
You guys didn't even take any damage, did you? Wow.
No, I didn't.
I really thought that was going to be kind of tough. I was actually afraid that it was going to kill you guys.
Crank it up, Lex.
I guess I didn't notice it. It only has a +2 attack bonus. All right.
Sprout
yeah.
is all trapped in his own head, like, you know, really like straight face, just kind of like, you know, trying to get in his zone. He swings his like mace to like get a feel for it. I'm just kind of confused.
Perhaps next time you should have tried to kill the creature, yes?
All right, well, that is going to wrap up the 4th Primordia actual play episode. I would love to hear from you what you think of the actual play episodes and the show in general. Any questions, suggestions, comments, ideas for topics for the show, fan mail for my awesome players. You can send to GameMastersJourney@gmail.com. You can also follow me on Google+, just search for Lex Starwalker, and on Twitter @Lex Starwalker. Please visit the website starwalkerstudios.com, and there you can find all my podcasts. You can find the show notes for this and all the Game Masters Journey episodes. Something I've started doing in these show notes is I have links to all of the world building episodes I've done, as well as the couple episodes I did about designing D&D encounters, as those are all very relevant to this actual play. So if you're wanting to get the whole package deal here from Starwalker Studios with world building discussion of designing D&D encounters, and the actual play videos and audio of the campaign, it's all there in the show notes. Got linked to the YouTube channel if you want to go watch the other videos. Again, at this point, we've played 6 sessions. We're playing session 7 this week. And so we're quite a bit ahead of where I am with these audio episodes. And I will also have this particular video embedded in the show notes, but I've got links to all the Primordia goodness that I have available at this time in the show notes at starwalkerstudios.com. Check it out. And finally, if you enjoy my podcasts and they bring a little gaming joy to your life, please consider supporting the show. The best way that you can do so is to become a patron. Check out my Patreon page. There's a link to that in the show notes at starwalkerstudios.com. And for a monthly donation of whatever amount you choose, you can support the show and get some little thank yous from me on occasion for doing so. Another great way to support the show, if you don't want to be a patron, is to make a one-time donation with the donate button on my website. You can also use my Amazon referral link, which you'll find at the bottom of the show notes when you shop on Amazon. You can also get a 30-day free trial of Audible books with 1 free book. You can find details to that at the bottom of the show notes as well. And yeah, all of those things greatly help to keep this podcast going and keep Starwalker Studios going strong. Keep the Obsidian Monolith flying, right? So I hope you have a chance to play your favorite RPG this week. I'll be back soon with another episode of Game Master's Journey. Until then, you know it, game on.
This has been a Starwalker Studios production, your source for quality gaming and hobby podcasts.
This episode's music provided by Cloudwalker, Renfield, Transboy, and Ish. Please see the show notes for more details at starwalkerstudios.com/GameMastersJourney.